The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to a special 4th of July episode of Missouri Milestones, the podcast. This is Season 1, Episode 7 here on July 4th, 2025. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Independence Day here today, and I want to invite you to stay tuned after the break, the commercial break at the end of this, for a very special interview with the Nicholsons from Ash Grove. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller. Kent, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, first of all, I want to echo what you said. I want to alert everyone to be sure and stay to the end of this Missouri Milestones broadcast for the Missouri Milestone interview of the week. And you won't want to miss this. It's a holiday special intergenerational production. And we will be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the 4th of July episode here of Missouri Milestones, the podcast. Kent, take it away.
We work with these lists, Missouri Milestone lists, every day. And there's so much information, so many careers, so many stories. These are real people and significant events in their lives, not just numbers. I am struck by that every time I open the file. And while this is a list of high school accomplishments, many of these athletes played on into college, usually with basketball, but sometimes in another sport. Naturally, the local colleges are the biggest beneficiaries of our local talent, but they also found out all across the country. We don't have all of the college destinations, but we are building that out too. If you know where the athletes on our list went on to play in college, please let us know. Simply email me at plainonsports@gmail.com. Let me know where someone played in college or anything else that is on your mind, and I promise I will respond. We have talked almost exclusively about boys and girls who have scored 1,000 points in their Missouri high school basketball career. We are building those lists. The lists now have over 1,400 the boys and over 1,100 for the girls. In total, over 2,600 athletes. We know there are more, and we continue to search for them. We are also ready to add the new ones as they happen this winter. Our job with this will never be done. We are very happy about the great response we have received since our spring launch of Missouri Milestones. We will continue to build on that as we add vertically to those lists. We're also expanding horizontally. We have moved horizontally to create additional stat lists for additional sports. Currently, you get to the boys and girls basketball list by toggling back and forth on the tabs at the bottom of the stat Google sheet. When you look to the right, you will see tabs for football and volleyball. For football, you will find 3 tabs. One is for career passing. We have set the threshold limit at 4,000 yards. So anyone who has passed for 4,000 or more yards while at a Missouri high school qualifies to be on the list. An example is Dylan Hare. He graduated from Blair Oaks High in 2023 with 10,782 career passing yards. Also on the list is Josh Pritchett, a 2018 Rolla graduate. Josh graduated with 4,373 yards. Another football stat list is for rushing. To qualify for inclusion, one needs 2,000 career rushing yards. Robbie Allen is on the list. He rushed for 7,258 yards before graduating from Butler High in 1990. More recently, Trevor Klein, a 2024 East Buchanan grad, qualified with 5,960 career rushing yards. The third football list is for receiving. To qualify, 2,000 career receiving yards is needed. Grant Wallace, a 2011 John Burroughs grad, is on the list with 3,194 career receiving yards. Robbie Preckle is also on the list with 2,719 yards that he accumulated as a 2025 graduate of Lafayette High. We at Missouri Milestones appreciate the differences in football that is played across the state in Missouri. We will have side-by-side lists for each football tab. One will be for those who competed in 11-man football and one for those who competed in 8-man football. There are 5 tabs for volleyball. Yes, 5 career volleyball stats for Missouri Milestones. Currently, there are tabs for girls volleyball. We will soon be adding tabs for boys volleyball that will mirror the stat list for the girls. The modern era of girls volleyball will be supplying us with almost 25 years of history. Just as in basketball, we are scouring the past for lists, and we will add new entrants each volleyball season. We are stepping in on the ground floor to build a truly all-time list of career stats for boys volleyball. The stats for both boys and girls volleyball are as follows. Kills. To qualify, the athlete needs 1,000 career kills. Folks who have qualified include Tessa Jones. Tessa executed 1,908 kills in her O'Hara career that ended in 2004. That is an example of an entrant from a high school that no longer exists. Rylan Finley is also on the list. The 2024 Republic High grad had 1,279 kills in her career. Rylan just completed her freshman year on the volleyball team at Missouri State University, and she is still killing it. She reached 100 kills in just her 9th match. That is the 3rd quickest to 100 for all freshmen in program history. By the time her freshman year was in the books, she totaled 373 kills, or 3.39%. I'm sure we will be discussing Rylan's play for the next 3 years. That stat is for the outside hitters. Now one for the setters. To qualify to be listed on our assist tab, the athlete needs 1,000 career assists. Michelle Janch, a 2006 graduate of St. Teresa's Academy, is on the list with 3,021 assists. Also on the list is Aaron McClanahan. Aaron graduated in 2002 from Cor Jesu Academy after accumulating 1,954 assists. The defensive specialists have their opportunity to be listed on Missouri Milestones. 1,000 career digs will get you there. Kennedy Janes did just that for Fort Sumwalt North when she got 1,733 digs in her career that ended with the 2022 season. Also on the list is Emma Larimore, a 2020 Bolivar graduate. The former Liberator got 1,163 digs in her high school career. The middle blockers can cash in for a spot in Missouri Milestones. 200 total blocks will qualify the athlete for inclusion. Michelle Millard is on the list with 497 total career blocks. Michelle graduated from Notre Dame de Sion in 2003. Chloe Judd qualified for the list this past fall. The 2025 graduate of Nixa High finished her career with 237 total blocks. The 5th volleyball stat on Missouri Milestones is career service aces. The athlete will qualify with 100 career aces. Nicole Udy qualified in 2012 with 312 service aces. She got those as a Francis Howell North Knight in 2012. Layla Watkins is on the list with 127 career total blocks. That number will change. Layla will be a senior at East Buchanan this fall. The stats and their respective threshold numbers are the same for the list for the boys volleyball. So please help us out. Do you have access to lists of athletes who deserve to be included in Missouri Milestones? Please send them to me at plainonsports@gmail.com. You can also contact your school's athletic director or coach and ask them to send the school's list to me. That's plainonsports@gmail.com. And remember, you will get regular Missouri Milestones updates and notifications for all of our content if you follow me and Guy Newcomb on X. Follow me at plain_sports and follow Guy at Scoreboard Guy. We're ready for Block 2. In Block 2, you will hear and see Guy Newcomb as he gets into another great conversation. This one is a special July 4th interview.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. We're going to have a few of the Nicholson clan on here as they all scored over 1,000 career points at Ash Grove High School. In fact, they're in the green room right now. I can see them. I'm conversating with them now as we prepare for that recording for that show. But certainly glad you tuned in here. And right after the break, you'll hear from the Nicholsons from Ash Grove after these messages from our sponsors.
Hi, I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hello, and welcome back to the special edition, 4th of July edition of Missouri Milestones, the podcast. Certainly glad you're alongside here. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller here for this special edition, which includes the Nicholson family, or biggest part of it anyway, from Ash Grove, Missouri. And we welcome into the show Jeremy and his son Brady, Shane Nicholson, and Evan Nicholson alongside. But Jeremy, I really appreciate you kind of helping set this up. I know you guys live on the same road there in Ash Grove still, but tell us a little bit about the family setup and who's going to be a part of the show.
So a part of the show is I'm the oldest brother, unfortunately, and then Shane's 2 years younger than me, and Evan's 7 years younger, and then my son Brady is he's a jury starting his second year. So looking forward to being here.
Outstanding. Well, let's start with you, Jeremy. Take us back, and I know Kent's got the numbers, and he's read them to you here, but take us back to your high school career, and what's some of those moments that really stand out? Maybe it's going over the 1,000, maybe it's going over the 2,000, maybe it was playing in a Final Four, maybe it was a football game in Hayti, but that's one that stands out to me. But tell us a little bit about some of those moments.
A lot of good memories, to be honest. Thinking back on high school, just a lot of great friendships that I still have today. We still high school teammates. I still go hunting with them. We go pheasant hunting. I spend every week I'm having conversations with people that I played high school sports with, and then was fortunate enough to be able to play with Shane for 2 of those 4 years. Really, some of the games that I think back to are honestly practices more than a lot of practices. Some Coach Creed would probably agree with this, that some of the best games that we ever had were in William Gabriel Fieldhouse practicing and competing against each other. So the Hayti game's obviously something that we won't ever forget. The losses tend to stick out to me more than the wins, but we definitely had a lot of wins as well. Going to Lebanon and winning in the quarterfinals against Versailles was pretty awesome. Beating Charleston in the semifinals was really cool. Football wise, we had a lot of fun with Coach Roten, just winning games and really kind of turning that program around. Beating Lockwood my senior year at Lockwood was a really cool atmosphere. Not very many bleachers there, and it was just thousands of people around the field. So it was pretty cool.
You know, I visited with Coach Roten. Coach Roten played for me.
Okay.
In baseball when I was running the American Legion program, and so we still stay in contact. He's obviously a Bolivar guy. He's at Halfway now as a superintendent. But talked to him, and one thing that he mentioned that really stood out to him about you guys is just the competitiveness. Does that come from growing up together and competing with one another? Is that where that kind of comes from, or is that maybe out of mom and dad maybe?
I would just say a little bit of both. Shane and I were pretty blessed with having really close friends that lived really close to us as well. So it wasn't just me versus Shane every single day. There was a lot of that for sure, but it was more of 2-on-2 and 3-on-3 and just consistently being outside. And, no matter what we're doing, if we're playing, Uno, or if we're trying to play for a state title, we're trying to win. That's what the point of sports are for the most part.
Tell us, is there one game in any sport that you would like to go back, if you could get in the time machine and go back and play it again? Maybe it's a game that got away from you, that you maybe felt like you should have won. Maybe it's that game in the state championship or the Final Four in basketball. Is there one game that you look back on and you say, man, I would love to go back and have another shot at that?
Yeah, that's a good question. And yes, there is. There's more than one. There's several that I'd like to go back and rehash, but definitely for me, it'd be the Cardinal Ritter game. Getting back there and getting another chance.
Cardinal Ritter, no, that's the state championship basketball.
Yeah, that was the championship of our basketball. That was his senior year, the championship game.
Outstanding. Mm-hmm. All right, now we'll move on here to Shane, the next oldest, graduated in 2005. Tell us about your memories there. Obviously getting to play with your older brother, Jeremy there, but then that following 2 years, what was that like?
Yeah, it was honestly the best time of my life. When it comes to sports, just everything that we've done. We've competed since we were just little kids, and played a ton of baseball, a ton of basketball, a lot of football, and honestly, those couple year run with Jeremy and Jared Floyd and Corey Abson and so many of those other guys that we literally just grew up with. And just going to war against another town, another school, and those were honestly the best athletic memories that I have. Talk about the competitiveness. We were very competitive against each other, and definitely growing up with that. Mom and dad, I don't know what if they actually talked about it much, but the way it's set up, it was always encouraged for us to, compete with one another. And so that's what we always did, whether it was just us or like I said, Jared or Corey, or I know you're familiar with the Creed family. Bethany and Courtney were right there at our ages and were our best buddies growing up. And I mean, we literally would just have dog fights with 2-on-2 with those girls, and we're just best friends growing up, getting after it. So that definitely, we always had to, do our part and play our role and be ready to go, because none of us wanted to lose. And if we noticed somebody was off that day, we were going to be going at them. And so there was always, you always had to be on your toes and ready to roll.
Same question to you. If you could go back and play one contest over again, what contest would you love to go back and take another shot at?
Yeah, it's definitely the Cardinal Riddle game. That state championship game. We're up by I think 6 or 8 at half, and playing some pretty good ball, and then in the second half, it just we kind of got stagnant a little bit offensively, and the ball wasn't going in as much as we we wanted it to be. And I think a few turnovers and playing a little faster in that second half, started playing in their favor a little bit, and ended up coming up a little short. And I know to this day, we were the better team, and we had it right there for us to win. And we let it slip through the cracks. But again, unbelievable to be out there on that stage with the guys that I was with and the coaches that we were with. And ultimately, as much as we love to win, I would not have traded one single person on that staff, on that team with anybody else. They literally were brothers and still are to this day.
Outstanding. Then we'll go to the youngest brother, Evan. Tell us a little bit about your memories. You also scored over 1,000 points there at Ash Grove. What was your time like?
Yeah, it was good. I got to enjoy everything that they're talking about. I got to enjoy it, from the sidelines growing up and watching, and just letting them pave the way, kind of following in their footsteps, and seeing all the hard work, all the competition. There was, along with my two older brothers, I had a couple cousins that were a little closer to my age, and there was a lot of 3-on-2 basketball out in the gravel at Grandpa's house where we were getting after it and competing. So, I got to enjoy all that. And then my time in high school, we kind of like they've already said, just the people I got to play with, the friends that I made, and just spending time competing. It was a lot of fun.
Now, Evan, as the youngest member of the brothers, and you've got to see everybody on the screen play.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best player?
Brady.
Very good. Very good. That's a very politically correct and maybe even accurate answer. But and going back up there to Brady. Brady, you're just a year removed from being in high school. What are those moments that stand out to you?
Everything, just being with all my best friends growing up, and just like they said, just trying to go out and win every game, whether that's football or basketball. Obviously, I didn't get fortunate enough to go to any state championships or anything, but some it didn't matter. Like my senior year, I scored a lot of points, but number one thing was winning to me. It didn't matter how many I had to score, but yeah, just growing closer with all my best friends and trying to win as much as possible.
Have they pulled out the VCR tapes yet? So, hey, this is what I did. Have you watched any tapes?
I've watched some, not much.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we'll go back to Jeremy. Tell us a little bit about what you did after high school. And if I'm not mistaken, Jeremy, you may be the only NCAA player in the history of the NCAA to hit a three-pointer and score a touchdown on the same day. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I believe so. It's I just know I played on the same day. I played 2 games on the same day at Missouri State. I scored in the exhibition game for the basketball team, and then I don't know if I scored a touchdown or if I caught a couple passes. I don't know all the details. I can't even remember. When I woke up that morning, I wasn't even planning on playing basketball until Henson had a message on my phone when I got into the locker room for football. He's like, "I want you to come play with us tonight." And I hadn't even been to a practice. Maybe 1 or 2 practices I'd showed up, but it was I felt a little awkward out there. I'm not going to lie, on the basketball floor, coming straight out of football. But I played basketball for 2 years at Missouri State, and then 5 years of football. So definitely, started my career at Missouri with football with Coach Randy Ball, and then it went with Coach Allen. Just a lot of good memories. Obviously, we didn't win as much as we wanted to. My senior year was probably my most memorable year in football. We were 1 game removed from. We had a triple overtime loss to SIU, or we'd have been in the playoffs that year. We broke a lot of offensive records and had a really good year offensively my senior year. So my body's paying for it now, football wise. So my joints hurt, but I'm still trying to be healthy.
Shane, tell us a little bit about what you did after high school.
Yeah, so after graduated, Ash Grove went to Evangel and played for Coach Steve Jenkins and Ripke, and we Coach Jay was one of the best men I've ever met in my life, and one of the best leaders that I've ever met in my life, and was just incredibly blessed to be a part of that. So it was. It was a really great experience. Got to play with some really good ball players up there, and it still be around the house and the family, which means a lot. And had a great career there. Have the assist record there, and started all 4 years as point guard, and had some really good shooters around me, so that made the assists and stuff pretty easy. And it was a good time. Made it to the national tournament a couple of different years, and that's about it. But it was a good experience there at Evangel. Played 4 years.
And Evan, tell us a little bit about what it's been like for you after high school. Obviously, the most recent graduate of Ash Grove, outside of Brady.
Yeah. So I didn't play any college athletics after high school. I went to OTC for a couple years, and then Missouri State, and just kind of focused on moving on. I went to school for criminology, and ended up getting a job here in city of Springfield as a police officer, and have been there ever since.
Well, I thank you for your service. I did not realize that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I would have been a lot easier on you. Very good. Well, obviously, with you guys living on the same road, you guys still spend a lot of time together.
We do. We definitely try to. I mean, so I've got Brady, and then I've got a 16-year-old daughter that's a freshman this year at Ash Grove. She's super involved with softball, so we're running everywhere playing softball. And then I've got a 7-year-old boy, and then Shane's got 2 daughters and a little one, a little boy himself, and then Evan's got 2 boys and a girl. So there's nine of of all, and we're all the kids are super, super healthy and super involved in sports, and we're looking forward to seeing how they grow and how they compete whenever they get older.
Are they competitive with each other?
Yes. Yeah. So all 3 of us, the youngest, our third child, they're all the same age. So Evan's got a girl, and then Shane has a boy, and then I have a boy, and they're 6 months apart? I don't know. I mean,
yeah, Layla's born in December, Parker's December, and Jordy is September, right?
August.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Very,
Yeah, and then Evan, you're oldest, and then Shane's, then Ava and Q and all them. They're always, there's always a ball in their hands.
It truly is kind of a lot of the same setup that Evan touched on as we grew up. I mean, Josh Reese and Zach Reese were our cousins, and they, just lived right down the road from us. And so, I mean, it's very often that all of our kids my kids are over at Evans or over at Jeremy's, and they're going to be playing basketball, and it's just kind of funny because they all feed off of each other. I mean, my little boy Parker, I can tell when he's been over to Evan's house because he comes home saying some of the same stuff and doing some of the same moves that Quentin does, who's a couple years older than him, or doing what Jordy was doing over there. And so they're constantly at each other, and we're just trying to be good parents and keep their confidence up, and wanting to have a ball in their hand, and hopefully if we can do that and stay out of the way, they'll be pretty decent if they want to be. So
outstanding. Well, gentlemen, I have thoroughly enjoyed this time together. Brady, it was good to see you again. Jeremy, I saw you at the awards banquet here a couple of years ago for the Tip-Off Club Awards, which Brady was a co-winner of the Area Player of the Year. And before I let you go, I'm going to ask each one of you. I've got 2 questions. One of them, number one, I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. So just show me by a raising of your hand, do you always wear your seatbelts? All right, very good. Very good. Nobody's going to get in trouble here. But Jeremy, if you could go back, who was maybe that one person that you competed with from another school? Who's maybe one or 2 people that stood out during your time at another school that you really competed with?
I mean, the people that stand out to me, honestly, I never really competed against in a high school uniform. Those were the, Spencer Laurie and Devin Mitchell and Brandon Argo and Anthony Tolliver. Those guys were my teammates in the summer. And we competed a lot, not in a high school uniform, but those guys are the ones that stick out to me. I would say from a high school perspective, it's more teams. Like for me, it was just who am I playing? And I mean, Marionville was always one that we really got up for. We always were fired up about that, and no real person sticks out to me.
Shane, anybody stand out to you in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to be boring and say kind of the similar answer to Jeremy is like, for me, who I competed against was my brothers was, Spencer and Shane Laurie and Devin and those guys. And, if you can compete against them, honestly, most everybody else that you play at a high school level, really doesn't even touch them. And so it really wasn't any individual person other than just those people that we practiced against and made us better that way.
Evan, anybody stand out to you in particular?
I can be a little different. My senior year, I got to play not against Jeremy directly, but Jeremy was coaching at Morrisville at the time, and so we got to play them my senior year, and that was fun. Of course, we were pretty hyped up about that game, so that was a lot of fun to compete at that level. I mean, we've competed a lot guarding each other, but it's a little different with him over there on the sideline, not able to do anything about it.
They did not listen to the scouting report, I promise you. Martinson and Arts and those guys did not listen to the scouting report. So.
Who won the game?
Ashgrove.
I was going to say Evan because he pretty much did. Ashgrove did. He had over 30, I'm pretty sure. So,
again, gentlemen, it's been a great pleasure. Congratulations on being part of the 1,000 Career Club here in Missouri Milestones, the podcast. There's no membership dues. There's no secret handshakes. You guys are in, just by virtue of what you've done, and I greatly appreciate your time today.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything you do for us.
All right, you're watching Missouri Milestones, the podcast, and hey, stay tuned here. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.